about positioning. We're not in full dance position, full contact. We're in kind of a social dance position, which is just basically holding the back and holding the hand, both standing upright, but there's space between us. Okay. So this is when things get actually more tricky, not less tricky. The amount of turn is more difficult when you're further apart. So you have to kind of watch for things. But I'm going to keep my pitch back because I'm about to go forward. She's going to lead me by pulling through her hips away from me. And I keep my head pulled away from her hip. When I'm going the other direction, she keeps her head pulled away from my head. It's called the X factor here. Boom, boom. Okay, now what's going to happen is we're going to do a telemark first, which true telemark would be heel turn for the ladies. Here, she's just bringing her feet together, not doing anything special. I'm stepping past her. 1, 2, 3. From here, they run. 2 and 3. On 3, I rotate the hip in to cut off the lady's movement. Then slowly tip back over for a shape of a corte position, over swing. Then I'm going to rotate and go through the leg with my leg. And when I actually get the finished rotation, which is when my left side is lined up with my right knee, the leg goes. Okay. And at that moment, I also walk around the corner and drop the hand from behind the back. Now we're going to take this pattern and go where she's facing rather than trying to drag her this way. So I'm going to dance a traveler next. It's called fallaway traveler. 1, 2, 3. We'll both turn around. 1, 2, 3. And let's move back a little bit. You don't have to move. Okay. Once we've landed in that open, we'll call counter promenade position. I have several options. I can spin her to check développé. I can hover to pick her up, or we could do the follow-away again. So if I was on a long floor, I'd want to do another one of these. 1, 2, 3, and turn around. You can do this as many times as you want. 1, 2, 3, turn around. Running out of room, I'll do the hover. Put her right back over here. Now I'll do it the right way. We'll do one of these, turn around, take the hand and spin her inside. 2 and 3, check and développé. Try to keep your posture pulled back against the pattern rather than into the pattern. So that keeps her balanced. Then the back half of a basic box while she turns around into a full left turning box. 4, 5 to 6. Then a hover, which is a nice change of direction. An open right turn, which brings you around her. A back open hover, which brings her back to the center of the room. Now in the continuity ending, you have 2 options here as well. I can simply bring her around to face me and be done. Or I can do what is called a promenade spin. While we're going forward, I spin her. 1, 2, 3, right into that telemark. And then the run. 2 and 3. So you have some nice options from the basics. You can either keep them straight, don't do any spinning, or you can turn a lady while you're doing the basic figure. There's a lot of cool moves in waltz and foxtrot. They're all very pretty. So it's advisable to really practice them a lot and get comfortable with them so you can get them on any size floor and use them any way you want. Okay? Any questions on anything? Pitch stuff, guys. Work on the pitch. That'll help. Keeps it in control. So first you have to have the patterns. So first you need some patterns. You need to understand the pattern, where they go on the floor. Then you start working the details. And I work from ground up. What part of your foot touches the ground? That's called footwork. Foot position, that's where your foot's going. Forward, back, side. Alignment, where in the room? Diagonal center, diagonal wall, line of dance, backing line of dance, backing diagonal center, backing diagonal wall. So you should know terminology of that, what you're doing. Amount of turn, when do you turn? It's all relevant. Sounds like a whole lot of garbage. And kind of is. But it's all relevant garbage. Okay. All right, cool. Awesome.